Thank you, Andrew. I'm delighted to be here and welcome to my talk about how to generate more revenue in your spa with 3 easy revenue hacks. My name's Heidi Grimwood and I'm the Area Group Director for Atmosphere Resorts and Hotels in the Maldives. So during these challenging times, it's easy to put ourselves in a box and have tunnel vision about our businesses and wanting to simply stay afloat. I'm hearing some people say, oh, we're just lucky to have a job at the end of this. That's what people are really discussing at the moment. But, regardless of a recession, a pandemic, or any other global or local challenges during these times, they're here to test us. They're here to test our durability, how adaptable we are. Can our businesses really weather these storms? If we're not growing, we're simply dying. And no matter how slowly you grow, for example, did you know that the deep sea clam has the slowest growth rate in the animal kingdom? So it will grow as little as 8.4 millimeters or 1/3 of an inch in 100 years. But guess what? It's still growing, and that means it's living. So 12 years ago, I gave birth to my beautiful daughter, Gracie. I was a single mum at the time and didn't really feel I could divide my time between my job as spa manager and a new baby. So I decided to set up my own fitness and massage business from home. Now, this was right in the middle of a huge recession in 2008. It caused Ireland to come crashing to its knees. And many people said I was absolutely crazy to give up a secure job in the middle of a recession to start my own business. But it wasn't like that in my mindset. I was thinking, I have something to give. I have something that will really benefit people's health and well-being. And because of this attitude, I created a highly successful business for myself. People came and they spent money with me. They felt like they were seeing and feeling the results and the benefits that my services were offering. Now, I'm not going to be jumping on any wellness or well-being bandwagon. I'm seeing it way too much at the moment, and I just don't feel that there's enough insight into what that truly is to be able to bring this into our businesses. But my approach at the time was well-researched, and it was my true passion, and people knew this, and they really valued spending money in my business because of this, because it was genuine and authentic. People spend money if they can see value in it for them. Okay, a buyer's question is always, what's in it for me? If you can answer that question continuously, your clients will always spend money in your business. So it's vitally important that you consider how you're going to grow and create an action plan. And this is something I'm not seeing much of lately. I'm seeing people surviving. I'm seeing people looking at tomorrow, maybe next week. I'm not seeing people looking at a long-term action plan. We need to have 2 plans here. We need to have a plan if this is going to be our new normal. We also need to have a plan of what's going to happen if we go, dare I say, back, but if we're able to go back to a level of what we had before. We need to have an action plan of what's going to happen. All right. So let's jump in straight away to the 3 revenue hacks. And ironically, these were created obviously way before COVID, and I've been teaching these for years, but they're actually as relevant during a pandemic as they are after COVID, post-COVID, whatever you want to call it. They're relevant at any stage. So let's have a look at this and we can adapt it slightly to what we're going through at the moment and obviously what we have been going through as businesses as well. So my favorite topic, anybody that knows me knows I love talking about it, turnaround time or cleaning time. Now, usually this causes mass outcry of anarchy within the spas that I work with, because the minute I discuss reducing turnaround time for therapists, their immediate reaction is, it can't be done. All right, but 23 years later, yes, 23 years in the industry, I'm still implementing it all around the world. And guess what? It actually works if it's done right. But that's the thing, you need to implement it correctly. It means SOPs, it means training, it means development. It's vitally important that we don't just come in, take away our turnaround time or our cleaning time, and then expect our team to know exactly what to do and how to do it the way we want it done. It's all about developing your team and making sure that the structure is there for them. But what you need to consider is who's doing these jobs, okay? So unlike back in the olden days, and I remember years ago, I had an abundance of spa attendants, cleaners, receptionists, they were everywhere. It's not necessarily the case these days. Before we jump in and just cut our budgets, which is what happened in the recession here. We just cut our budgets, we cut team members, therapists then became cleaners, they became spa attendants, they became receptionists, they became everything. Ultimately, we've employed these therapists to be therapists. Do we really want them constantly cleaning? And I'm not saying that they don't need to do an element of cleaning in their day, believe me, they do. But like, do we really need them doing this deep clean that we need now? Or can we have someone on these busy days come in and do this job and let our therapists do what we're paying them to do, which is to be therapists and to treat our clients? So what we're going to do first off is we're going to look at the financial damage of turnaround time, which would have been pre-COVID, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the costings of bringing in an attendant or a cleaner. Now, only on the busy days. I'm not talking 7 days a week, but blocking out your therapist to do these things during busy times, to me, makes no sense. And I'll show you the financials in a moment. So, we need to make sure that there's increased safety with additional cleaning and additional sanitizing, but it may be more cost effective to have that spa attendant or cleaner in on these busy days. And look, it's as simple as this. I often use the wedding or events team, for example. I might utilize somebody from a local beauty college that's looking for experience, for their future career. Or even team members like housekeeping staff will often have sons or daughters that are looking for weekend and holiday work. They're great people to bring in as well. So, you don't have to go off and advertise a job. Ask within the company, and I'm sure there's someone that's looking for a little bit of work. And it can be, just whenever you need them kind of thing. It doesn't need to be given them set days a week. So let's have a look at the financial impact of just bringing in turnaround time. So let's call it the olden days. It was only 6 months ago, but back in the olden days. So, for example, you bring in your therapist and they're working 8 hours a day. Let's give them an hour lunch because we're nice. So they're working for 7 hours. That gives them 420 minutes in their day for treatment time. So let's just say our average cost of a treatment is €80. Now let's take a 60-minute treatment that's on your menu, and now let's give them 15 minutes turnaround time. That means now that they can do 5.6 treatments in that day in their column of 7 hours. That gives us a total revenue of €448. Now let's go for 7 hours, and let's now give them 60 minutes. So let's think like maybe you want to do 55-minute treatments or 50-minute treatments advertised on your menu, but block out 60 minutes in your therapist column. Now we can do 7 treatments in their day. Now that brings your revenue to €560 per column. Now the revenue lost may seem very small on a day, it's €112 a column, but take this over a week, 748, and take it over a year, it's over €40,000 worth of revenue that you're going to be losing just with adding 15 minutes into one column 7 days a week. That's huge on a business. That's kind of 2 therapist salaries if you look at it, thereabouts, So do we really want to be losing that money when we can actually be bringing in a cleaner? So let's now have a look at what that looks like, bringing in a spa attendant or a cleaner. So again, you've got your 5.6 treatments if you were going to have your turnaround time, and your treatment revenue then is only €2,688 if you, say, for example, have 6 treatment rooms. And your spa attendant's wage based on, say, 7 hours of working is about €88 or thereabouts. Now we're going to be able to give them hourly turnarounds because you have that cleaner coming in doing that extra work. Now they can do 7 treatments. Now 6 treatments on that day, fully booked, can now generate €3,360. That's an increase of €672. Let's take that over a year. That's nearly 35 grand in additional revenue that you can bring in. Your spa attendant's wage over that year, bringing them in just on that one particular day, is only €4,500. So it means you're left about €30,000 of extra revenue. So that's even more money that we're able to save. Again, it's more than a therapist's wage. We know that. All right. So think savvy about it. Now, I know that maybe you're at that place where you say, well, Heidi, we have to do half-hour turnaround times. I'm working with spas at the moment that did have half-hour turnaround times and was able to reduce it to 15 minutes, yes, during COVID, okay, because they got it right and because they got the right cleaning structure and they got team members in to help them when they needed. They've really maximized their revenue, and actually they're making more at the moment than they were this time last year. Other little changes we made, but with regards to how much they were charging per hour, but still it's really relevant to what's actually happening here. What are we doing? If we can reduce it from 30 minutes down to 15 minutes, you're still going to be saving your money, your business, massive money. and or making your business massive money, should I be saying. So it's vitally important that we get this right. You need to go away and you need to do the math on this. You need to say, okay, are we doing 15 minutes? Turnaround time, we're doing half an hour. What can I reduce it by? And if I bring someone in, how much more revenue can we make? A therapist to me is valued at 80, 100 euros an hour. I'm paying a spa attendant in the bones of 10 euros or thereabouts an hour. Okay, we've got had PRSI and holidays on, but it's in the bones of. Now, if I can make 80 euros out of a spa therapist, it makes total sense to me to bring in a cleaner to do the additional work. Let your therapist be therapists. I've seen a lot of therapists get very dejected because they come in and say, am I a therapist or a cleaner? Because I seem to spend 50% of my day just cleaning. Not because they don't want to clean, but they've trained to do treatments. They've trained to treat people. And we've got to think about that in our businesses. So I kind of liken COVID to the recession in 2008. I recovered very well from it. I've worked in a lot of spas during the recession, post-recession, recovering from the recession. This is no different with COVID. The only thing is now is we need to just be very savvy about our treatment times and our turnaround times. So I want you after today's session to go away and do the math on it and say, okay, how much more money can I generate for the business? Because ultimately, each bit of money that you're saving, each bit of money, it means your payroll percentage is going down. It means that you have more profitability at the end of the year. It means that your business is more successful. Do you want to bring in new products or treatments at the end of the year? Do you want to have a refurb of your spa? I hear a lot of spa managers say, they won't even refurbish the spa for me. Why would they if you're not making profit? Show your owners and your managers that you can make profit for the spa. They will reinvest in it because they'll see a value in it. Now, my favorite, upselling. So whether there's a pandemic or not, whether there's a recession or not, we can always upsell. And you've got to think, yes, we're going to benefit financially, but I want to look at the way spas are at the moment. I want to look at how spas have developed. And I think this has been a very good time during the pandemic for us to actually say, what was it we're missing? I felt spas become stagnant for a long, long time. And we just got into this comfort zone. And why were we in this comfort zone? We're in a comfort zone quite simply because we were just tipping away. We jumped on a bit of a wellness well-being bandwagon. We didn't really know what that was through a bit of yoga and a meditation and thought we were doing fine. We realized that well-being and wellness is a lot more than that. People are going through a lot of anxiety at the moment. There's a lot of people not able to even return to work at the moment due to anxiety. In our spas, we're equipped to be able to deal with that. There are therapists that are trained to be able to help that. Massage and treatments itself, just the experience and the journey of coming to our spas can help that. So why are we just thinking about offering massage when we can offer so much more? So let's think about this, right? Somebody will automatically call a spa and say, can I have a massage or a facial? First off, our brochures are like some encyclopedia that you in a different language, to be quite honest. I often go to places and I more than 20 years in the industry, I'll flick through a brochure and really not have even a clue what they're offering. It's just a lot of jargon. So this is where you utilize your reception team. I call them my business managers because these are the ones that can really maximize the start of my revenue generating right from the word go. The immediate response that they should have when somebody calls up and says, I'd like a massage or a facial is that a massage with hot stones? Is it a massage with a body wrap or a body scrub? What kind of massage would you like? They will immediately say, tell me about that. What do you have? That's when your reception team then can start explaining the other treatments on the spa menu. I'm always going to say to them, if we get back, say, to a hot stone, so I'm going to say, what are you looking to achieve from your treatment? I want deep tissue because I have really sore muscles, blah, blah, blah. Okay, listen. If you're going to go in for a regular deep tissue massage, we're going to be working on cold muscles, which means that we're going to break down the muscle tissue. It's going to be sore, not very comfortable. We want you to have a relaxing experience. And obviously, we want you to get the best results. Now, let's add hot stones into your treatment. The heat from the hot stones is going to create the muscle. It's going to be like putty. The therapists are then going to be able to pummel the muscles a lot more, be able to relax you a lot more in that. You're going to get more benefits from the treatment. You're going to be highly relaxed. You're going to get amazing results from it. How does that sound? Guarantee you they'll say, book me in. Because the ultimate question is, what's in it for me? So if you've just told them that by having a hot stone treatment, you're going to double your results of your treatment, which you practically are, why would they go, oh no, just book me in for a massage? Please, people are not going to do that. They're going to say, yeah, of course, book me for the massage. So the great thing is, if you look on here, that a hot stone massage, say it's an extra 20 euros for the treatment and it's the same time, let's just upsell 50% of those treatments that week. Now you've got another increase of over 30,000 euros, and all you've done is helped your clients get even better results out of their treatments. Doesn't that absolutely make sense? So think about educating your reception team and your staff on all the treatments and upselling the treatments and add-ons. What can we give our guests? Now, maybe at the time, maybe it's somebody booking in for a friend, or I don't know, just book them in for a massage. I don't really know what they want. This is where your therapist then have an opportunity during their consultation to be able to then upsell. And I always have my therapist with hot stones ready, even if it's not the full hot stone treatment and you just want to add a few hot stones into the massage for an extra 10 or 15 euro. I always say to the guest, now listen, from what you're telling me today in the consultation, you're saying that you want this, this, and this. I can go a lot deeper if I add the hot stones in today, and this is what it's going to do for you. It's just an extra 10 or 15 euro. Would you like to add the hot stones today? 99% of the time, they're going to go, yeah, absolutely. So between your reception team and your therapist, you should not be giving up on giving them that opportunity, because maybe they've booked by email, maybe they've had someone else book for them, or maybe they've just had a voucher that said, no, this is the massage on my voucher. But once they're in the experience, they're more likely to spend more money, basically. They're in that zone. They want to spend more money. They want to get the best results. They're kind of in that vibe at that time. It's a great opportunity. So between our cleaning attendants and our upselling, we've already increased our revenue by 60 grand. That's about 3 therapist salaries. I think we're onto a winner here, right? Now, you know my classic opinion on leaving it to the salon. Let's face it, spa therapists, as a whole, they're not strong on doing manicures and pedicures, especially shellac. I have more complaints than not, and the minute that somebody says that they want to have a French polish, the therapists just go green and go, don't book me in, don't make me do that treatment. They don't want to do it. They're doing massage, they're doing facials, they're doing body wraps. That's what they want to be doing. So do I really want to be wasting my time offering this when I could be getting a lot more money for a mini facial, for example? And this is where it comes in again, and it comes to mindset. Don't put because I know a lot of hotels and resorts, they have to still offer this. It's part of our policy. We want to give the full guest experience. But don't put these treatments in your full menu. Have an insert into the menu. Don't have it live online. If they come in and they say, oh, I've just arrived for the weekend, I haven't had my tinting done, or I haven't got my manicure done, no problem. But you book them in off-peak times. You book them in times when you know that you're less likely to get a massage or a facial booked in there. That's for the start. But you also make sure that it's not freely available, so that basically you've got people back-to-back booking these treatments. You need to be known for your other treatments. The classic example was one of the owners I was working with recently. She knew all of this. I went through this with her. She totally got it. I don't think it really sunk in until she actually applied it in her business. And this one particular day, this lady was coming in for a treatment, and her friend called and said, I'm actually coming with my friend today. I'm not booked in for a treatment. Do you have anything? She only had a 30-minute slot. And usually she would have said, yeah, I can book you in for like a file and polish, which is about 15 euro. And she said, I've got 30 minutes there. I can give you an express facial. The lady was delighted. That express facial was 60 euros actually in this salon. And then the lady actually bought products afterwards. So instead of having just, an outcome of 15 euro profit from, an express treatment, she had more than 37, because obviously the treatment was 60, but she also had the products. But the guest also had a better experience, because the guest actually had more pampering. So that mindset of what do we put in those 15-minute slots. Now, let's not try and have 15-minute slots, because we want to have our therapists back to back. But if we are going to have them, any spare 15-minute slots, you need to have express treatments, the mini facials, and they need to be a little bit more expensive than if you were to have not more expensive than your full body massage, but it should be 60 euros for an express treatment, or 80 or 90 euros, for example, for your full body massage or facial. It's better value for them having the full treatment. But if they want to have that 30-minute treatment, they have to pay more, because it's a higher costing for you physically on your therapist, because obviously it's hard to work on the 30-minute treatments, but also it's higher costing for you because you're still having to spend money on towels, on products, and your therapist wage and all those kind of things. So think about that. Think about leaving those treatments to the local salon. If you need to, add an insert. don't put it on the internet. Don't leave it there for people to have a look and say, I want beauty treatments. If they call up and say, do you have them? Yes, you do. You tell your reception team what available time slots they can have, regardless of if the columns are empty. Do not give them those peak time slots that you know will get booked up anyway. And last but not least, I thought I'd add in a fourth. I know we said 3 revenue hacks, but I'm going to give you a fourth because, I'm feeling generous today. Don't discount, add value. What does that even mean? Okay, adding value means that you're going to look at what you have in your spa with regards to your baths, your azure, your surreal, your wet and dry flotations. What do you have where you don't need to utilize therapists? Most of these treatment offerings can be set up by your receptionist, by your spa attendant, even yourself on a busy day, okay? It doesn't need a therapist's time and a therapist's wage and a therapist's expertise to do that, right? So when you're setting up, don't discount, because a lot of people say, oh, we put a discount up this week and nobody availed of it. What's in it for me? Do they want a discount? No, what's in it for me? What am I going to get from my treatments? Not how cheap are the treatments. What is in it for me? So if I'm going to offer a treatment, I'm going to offer a facial or a body wrap or a scrub, for example, and then I'm going to say, hey, come on in and have a bath beforehand, and you get an extra 45 minutes on your treatment. Say, for example, it's only an extra 20 euros you're going to add on, but it means it's added value to the client because actually that treatment was 50 or 60 euros in addition. So add value to your treatments so that they look like they get in 2 hours, but it's only maybe 100 euros. But actually it's costing you very little to add in that value to those treatments. That's really, really important, because when a guest comes in, they want to have an experience. I don't really want somebody in for 30 minutes, okay? I want somebody to come in and have a full well-being relaxation experience. I want them to come in and have the journey. I want them to come and relax beforehand, have their treatment. I want them to have their add-on. I want them to then have relaxation time. I want someone to have full value and experience of coming into my spa. And that quite simply is by adding on these additional treatments. So stop discounting your treatments, but add value and see what's in it for the guest and how you can extend the treatment journey without costing you more. Yes, we can add in food, but look, let's face it, the chefs always want their bucks. They're not going to give you a discount on what they're offering. And that's very frustrating then, because it's still costing you 15 or 20 euro to send the guest off to go and have lunch. There's no discount there. You can apply discount and add massive value by adding in these additional treatments. So have a look at what's on your menu and see what you can create. And it's amazing what you can create, and guests actually love it. I had a spa years ago that had a resort, and it hadn't been used in over a year. And they said, well, nobody really books it. No one's really interested. Just turned out no one was promoting it. So we did the monthly promotion where we had just a sample of it, not the full resort experience. And then they had a sample of a treatment as well. And we put it in a package. They still got their 89 euros for that particular special. So they were getting 89 euros an hour. So there was actually no discount applied there, even though it was a special for the month. The guests love it so much that a lot of the guests started to book in the result as a full treatment afterwards. They're like, I've never experienced it and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I want to come in and see what the whole experience is about. So by introducing this into our promotions, we can actually get people to come back for more. If you just want to discount a massage, they're going to book massage anyway. So why are we going to discount a massage treatment? It makes absolutely no sense. Why are we going to discount a facial when they're going to book a facial anyway? All right, give them a sample of those treatments and do a little combination of those treatments so that they then look at the menu and say, I love that part of the treatment. Now I want to go and book a full price one of those. They see the value in it because you give them an opportunity to sample. So think about that when you're in your business now, and you can do it. And especially in these challenging times when we're looking at the fact that we do have, unfortunately, more turnaround time regardless than what we want to because of the cleanup. What added value can you bring in and how can you make more money? Add value into what you're offering, and your guests are going to be so much more grateful than just giving them a discount. That is all from me today. I want to say thank you so much for listening, and I'm going to pass you back to Andrew and to the Spa Life Conference.